Hey guys, welcome to our summer course, EDU 530. This is an 8-week course. We're going to meet on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6:15 to 9. Do expect to stay the majority of the time. This is my first time teaching the course, and there's an excellent professor who typically teaches it during the spring and the fall, but he is traveling this summer, so I'm kind of pitching for him. It's a super intense course, so I've been spending a few weeks going over the syllabus and going over the assignments and seeing how we can get this done in the time frame that we have. And unfortunately, I think it's just going to take a lot of sacrifice, which is what I put on the front page of our Blackboard, because this LAP project that you guys will have to do is just very time consuming, and some of the reading can get a little bit time consuming, so just mentally prepare yourself for a very busy few weeks. It'll be done before you know it, so hopefully we can get some of it done together in class. But anyway, so I apologize that I couldn't be there this week in class, but I can do an online version of class. I expect you to take your time and do all the assignments that I have posted in the readings. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm available, even though I'm not in class tonight. So right now I'm going to kind of go through the syllabus with you, and I have a PowerPoint that is just going to help me stay on track and explain to you. This is the first time I've used this program, and you can see my desktop with all kinds of stuff over it. So I'm going to try my best to explain this to you. Each video clip can only be 15 minutes, so if I don't get through this first one in 15 minutes, I'll start the next one from where we left off. So let's go ahead and get started. I am primarily a special education teacher. So when I have my undergrad degree in elementary education, all of my work since then has been in special education, which certifies me for P through 12. I do have some experience teaching in middle school, and I finished my PhD, and my area was in the world of dyslexia, which is a reading difference and a reading difficulty. I have studied literacy a lot through that research, so that's how I ended up being asked to teach this course to you guys. I know that most of you are not teaching right now. You're aspiring to be teachers as a second career choice, and so I look forward to hearing from you guys and what you have to offer. My personal life, I have 4 children. They are 6, 4, 3, and 1, so I'm very busy, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love them to death, and they keep me busy. So I'm excited to enjoy summer with them, but I think that it'll be a whole new ball game being home with all 4 of them all day, so we'll see how that goes. There is going to be a Voicethread. Now, this is the first time I've used it, but it looks really pretty neat, a neat way that we can get to know one another. So there'll be a Voicethread where you can share media and introduce yourself. So there's lots of different choices. I think maybe what I'm going to do is just show an image of my kiddos to you and explain to you who I am. But if you want to do a webcam, you can. If you want to audio record, that's fine too. You can just call in from your phone even and give an audio recording. And what it's going to do is it's going to kind of set up a thread for us where we can introduce ourselves to one another virtually. And so let me try to show you kind of how this goes. If this will open. It might not open 2 things at the same time. Oh, here it goes. Okay. So every time somebody calls in or gets on our Voicethread, a new thread will start. So as you see here in a second, different users will pop up. So you will have to create a login and a password. And then what I want you to do is just introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and, something you want us to know about you. And that way, that could still allow us to get to know each other a little bit without being in class. Let's turn him off. Okay, so as you can see, all of these different people have called in or participated on this Voicethread. So that is one thing we are going to do. And I will post a link for that on our Blackboard. Okay, and then I'm going to talk just through the syllabus. So we've got some learning circles we're going to do. We have all kinds of stuff in the syllabus. Then there's a reading that you're going to be expected to do tonight in a discussion board. And then I'll talk about the next class. So I explained to you the Voicethread, and I will put a link to that Voicethread on our Blackboard. Hopefully I can set that up pretty quickly. I want you to add either a picture of yourself, or if you're just calling in, you don't add a picture, you just tell us about yourself, and that's fine too. The Learning Circle groups are here. So let's see, under discussions, you will see what Learning Circle you're assigned to right here. So there's group 1, group 2, and group 3. There's 5 of you in each group. You guys will be reading a young adult novel together, and you can choose what young adult novel you'd like to do. So I kind of created a discussion board post for you to suggest some young adult novels that you guys might be interested in, and then you'll choose one that you're going to read together. And throughout your reading, you're going to do literature circle roles. So you might be a discussion leader, you might be a note taker, things like that. All those roles are posted on Blackboard. So I want you to go ahead and start discussing which books you might be interested in, because before we know it, you'll need to bring your book into class. On the syllabus, it says that you have to decide by Monday, the second time we meet, which is, Monday the 15th, you have to make your final decision, and then you have to bring the actual book in with you by the 17th. So you only have 2 days to decide on a book and then bring it in. So if I were you, I would try to maybe decide on a book before we meet physically for the first time, and that way if you're going to order your book on Amazon or something like that, you'll have that in. These also, when we go over the LAP, there are groups where you can work with 4 people on creating lesson plans. So you do not have to stick with this group, obviously, because there's 5 people in each group. But if you want to work together on creating a lesson plan, you don't have to stick with these groups. These are just going to be our groups for our reading circles. So I just wanted to let you know that. Let's see, I think the next thing we're going to do is talk about our syllabus. So there's lots and lots of information throughout our syllabus. This is my contact information, and I'll post this PowerPoint on Blackboard too so you can access it. You can email me. I get it right to my phone, and I can typically reply back pretty quickly. You are welcome to text me as well. So here's my cell phone number. If you are running late to class, if you're not going to make it to class, if you just have a question about an assignment and you didn't want to email and you want to text me, that's fine with me too. So you can email, you can text. This is my office. Since it's the summer, I'm not going to be in there a whole lot. So if you want to meet me in my office for any sort of office hours or discussion, let me know. I'm going to try to be in class by 6 o'clock. I'm not going to be there super early, but I can stay after and talk about things, or you and I can set up another time to meet and discuss whatever you're concerned about. Okay, so when we talk about the syllabus, some of our goals are just for you to learn about some literacy theory and pedagogy, to practice research-based strategies, to practice designing and planning research-based literacy strategies. I want you to have knowledge of young adult literature and incorporate the young adult literature into your classroom. I want you to understand professional development materials and opportunities that might be available through professional organizations, and practice developing good professional development habits. So basically, the whole goal of our class is to understand how students comprehend text and to be able to implement strategies and routines to aid in their comprehension. Literacy is a part of everything we do in school. No matter where the students are, literacy is going to be a part of that. Even in gym and PE, there are things all around that they're going to have to read or understand. So this class is just going to help provide some tools and some knowledge for you so that you can help your students be more comfortable with literacy, and that they can learn your content, whatever it is that you're going to be teaching, more efficiently and more effectively. So we have some various assignments that you have to do throughout the semester. One is a daily check. So each and every class period, you're going to have a daily check. It's in your syllabus. And this is not graded. I just have to make sure that you do it. I check it off. One thing that I'll say from the get-go, if you haven't looked through your syllabus yet, is that this class is not graded based on percentage grades. It's based on what you choose to complete. So yes, you completed it, or no, you did not complete it. And then there's a chart that says you get a C if you complete these things, a B if you complete these, and an A if you complete these. So just to throw that out there, just so you know, you're not going to get physical like 97% or, you know, you get 25 points out of 30 on this assignment. These are all just completion of projects. So daily checks are basically to help you stay up to date on your literacy action plan. So I'll just go around and look to see how are you doing. You can make a bullet point list or something like that. And I'll come around during class period and check on those. You will all teach a demo lesson. So this is something that I need you to start thinking about now as well. There is a book called Texts and Lessons in your content area. It's listed on our textbook page, on our announcements as well. And you will choose something through that book and you will demonstrate that to the class. There is a sign up already available on Blackboard. Let's see, under assignments. And then there is a demo lesson. Sorry, my computer is slow. Demonstration lessons will tell you more about it. There's a link to sign up here. There's also a link under this file. And demonstration lessons can start as soon as our very first physical meeting together. So if you want to get that out of the way right away and you have that text that you've purchased, go ahead and sign up for that. It's a Sign Up Genius. And there are several different signups available. There are a couple of days where we're going to do 2 demo lessons in one day. And these times are not strict. We may not start them right on time, and you may go over 6:45. So these are just in there to kind of hold our place in the signups. These 2 lessons are going to be online. You do not have to do an online lesson. But these days, a lot of schools, especially middle and high school, are moving to online platforms for teaching. So if you want to kind of challenge yourself to create an online lesson, you can feel free to do that and sign up for one of those days. Otherwise, you want to sign up for one of these other demo lessons. This one is here just if we need it, so I would prefer you not to sign up for that one. And that can just be an extra one at the end if we need it. Now, these lessons can be taught in partners. So if you know anybody in this class and you want to partner up with them, you are more than welcome to do that. If you don't know anybody and you want to reach out to somebody, feel free to do that as well. Or you can wait until we meet the first Monday in person and talk about maybe who you might want to do that demo lesson with. So I just want you to make sure that you sign up as soon as possible for that. So those are the demo lessons, and all of the assignments have more detailed information that you can take your time and check out on Blackboard. The next thing I want to talk about are the young adult assignments. These are Lit Circle roles. These are also on here. You are going to choose a young adult novel. You're going to read different sections of it, and then you're going to do a different role each class period. And you guys within your group will decide what roles you're going to be doing. This is very independently led through you. I just sort of check to make sure that you've done it. And all the information can be found there. The next big thing we want to talk about is this literacy action plan. This is something that everybody that takes this course has to do, and if you don't complete it, then you can't pass the course. This is just part of the accreditation. State accreditation says that if you are completing a literacy course, this is something that proves your knowledge of the content. This literacy action plan is what is going to be the killer for us. I am going to help you do it, but a lot of it is going to be done independently. I'm going to try to set aside time in each class period that we can work on our literacy action plan. So if you have a laptop or some sort of device that you can type on, that would be recommended. Otherwise, bring a hard copy and write notes that you'll have to type later. But if I can create the course in a way that I can allow maybe even an hour each class period where we can choose a section and work on, that would be awesome, because I really think that this literacy action plan is going to be the one that's going to drive you off the cliff, if you want to say that. There are 2 samples here of the literacy action plan, and they are like 60 and 90 pages long, so they are very, very long documents, and it's a lot of work on your part. So just make sure that you keep up to date with these, and we'll talk about this a lot. So I want you to print it before our first physical class on the following Monday. I want you to have